Alright guys, so what I have for you today is the top 5 most underrated players in the NBA today. Since I'm shooting a basketball video, as you guys can see, I have my NBA background. Number 5 on this list is the guy whose jersey is right here. Andre Iguodala used to play for the Sixers, then went to the Nuggets, and is now with the Warriors. And people really underrate him because they don't realize how great of a defender is, and he can lock down and defend superstars because of his incredible athleticism. And he can, even though he's not going to shoot the lights out, he can still have breakout games because of his great athleticism. He's an incredible dunker, and people don't really realize how much he can help a team win basketball games because he only averaged 9 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds a game last year for the Warriors, but he did a lot more than that for them. When he starts getting his dunks going and stuff, that's more important than guys who can step back and shoot a J because, shooting jump shots are clearly lower percentage than dunking. Number 4 on this list, I don't have his jersey out, I have his teammate's jersey out, is Serge Ibaka. And he had 15 points, 9 rebounds a game last year. But people don't realize how much he brings to the team in that he can do absolutely everything. He plays with 2 superstars, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. They don't need a guy who can just keep shooting, and eventually just score enough points to beat you. They need a guy, a big man who can just do everything on the basketball court to help the team win. I've seen him make some very nice passes to Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. He is not a selfish player at all. He averaged 9 rebounds a game, which is very impressive for a power forward. Don't forget, he doesn't play center on that team. Kendrick Perkins plays center. So, the fact that he can not only rebound like that as a power forward, he can also step out and shoot a little bit, 15 points a game. He can also finish by the rim because of his good size for a power forward. He's led the league in blocks multiple times. He's huge on defense with stuff like that. I mean, the fact that a power forward can, have such a defensive impact by the rim as he can. He is a true rim protector, and you don't see that very often at the power forward position. That's usually a center's thing. And you can see, really, how much the team needed him when he went down. First 2 games against San Antonio, they got blown out. He comes back. He's back on the court at power forward. They beat the Spurs 2 straight games, and they make the series a little bit more interesting. Obviously, they ended up losing the series in 6 games to the San Antonio Spurs, who went on to win the NBA Finals against my favorite player, LeBron James. But anyway, Serge Ibaka had a huge impact. Number 3 on this list, we have Monte Ellis. I don't have any jerseys for him, but people don't realize how good he is until you look at his stats. I mean, this year alone, he had 19 points and 6 assists a game. He had a stretch in his career where 5 out of 4 years he averaged 20 points a game. He even had a year where he averaged over 25 points a game, which shows that he is an incredible scorer. Even though he's not the highest percentage scorer, he 45% field goal percentage from the field last year, he can still score and score in bunches, as his career points per game average is more than 19. Number 2 on this list, David West, another guy who doesn't blow you away with the stats. Unlike Ellis, he's more like a Serge Ibaka, which his stats don't really show his impact. I mean, the best player in the world, LeBron James, also my favorite player, admitted that he had trouble guarding David West during the Eastern Conference Finals. If David West is not in those Eastern Conference Finals, those last 4 games where Miami blew him out of town, or what? They went to Game 6, yeah. But, I mean, Miami really would have beat down on them. I think it would have been a 5-game series at most. I mean, David West made a huge impact during the Eastern Conference Finals. When you make LeBron James say he has problems with you, that's when you know you're good. During the regular season, he had 14 points and 6 rebounds a game, which is why people don't think he's that great of a player. But when he gets that mid-range J going, he can knock that down. And he's physical enough to step inside, which is rare. You don't see a guy very often who's so great with the mid-range J, and he can step inside, get very key rebounds for the team, and post up on people. Okay, so I think that brings us to number 1, I think. We went Iguodala, Ibaka, Monte Ellis, David West. Okay, so that brings us the number 1 most underrated player. Plays for the Miami Heat. No, it is not LeBron James, even though I'm a very big LeBron James supporter. It is LeBron James' teammate, Chris Anderson. Chris Anderson had 6 points and 5 rebounds a game during the regular season, but that's frankly because he doesn't really play much during the regular season. They save him for the playoffs because that's where he is just so important to the team's success in the playoffs. His great post defense. He is one of the best post defenders in this league. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He is so hard to score on in the post. He brings such a presence to the table with offensive and defensive rebounding. However, at this stage of his career, he's not really going to get all-star recognition or be considered a star in the league just because of the limited minutes, and his play doesn't really come out on stats. But he'll come up with that huge rebound when you need him most. He'll block somebody when you need him most. He'll D up on somebody in the post when you need him most. He is just so important to the team's success. I mean, you look at it in 2 years ago, in the year that the Heat beat the Spurs in 7 and got their second ring with LeBron, Chris Anderson didn't miss a shot in the playoffs until the finals. He went perfect from the field in 3 straight playoff series. Now, he's limited minutes in the regular season, but in the postseason, he's not that limited. That's why that number is so incredible. He didn't miss a shot from the field until the NBA Finals. He went 3 straight playoff series with being perfect from the field. That's why he is an incredible player and extremely underrated, because people don't really give him credit for being good. They just, they say, oh yeah, Birdman, he's a cool guy, he's got tattoos and stuff. He's a weird guy. He always has those weird celebrations where he flaps his arms and acts like he's actually a bird. Well, when you look at it, he's also extremely important to the Miami Heat's success. So that's my top 5 most underrated players in the league. To wrap it up, we've got, who did I go first? Oh, Andre Iguodala at 5, Serge Ibaka at 4, Monte Ellis at 3, David West at 2, and Birdman at 1. Thank you guys for watching / listening, and I will be back soon with more videos.